Hi, I'm Grant, and this is my workshop. Or at least it will be. So, I just recently bought this really old house. It was built in 1881, and one of the big selling points for me was this space, which right now doesn't look like much, but with a little imagination and a lot of hard work, I'm hoping to turn it into a maker space and a studio and some other things. And that got me thinking. Something that I've been wanting to do for a long time was to start creating and documenting my projects more. And I was inspired by a lot of other YouTubers that had gotten me through the pandemic to maybe create my own channel. And I see this as an opportunity as I fix up the house and I fix up the attic of the garage and make other improvements, maybe to get that ball rolling. But I wanted to come at a YouTube channel a little bit differently, right? A lot of the how-to channels, all the makers come at the viewer in this position of authority, right? They're telling you the best way to do something, and I really didn't want to do that. Partially from experience, I had a bad run with a podcast where I tried to do that, and me and my good buddy Wes came up with this podcast idea, and we knocked out like 9 episodes, I think it was, and then we ran out of material that we knew off the top of our heads. And so to continue coming at that topic from a position of authority, we needed to do a lot of research extracurricularly to dive in, and we realized pretty quick that we didn't have the time or the resources to do it, and everything kind of fizzled out and the quality wasn't up to where we wanted it to go. Well, I wanted this channel to be a little different. And so instead of coming to the video, to the content from a position of authority, I want to come into it with a question instead. And so all the videos on this channel start with a question. How do I turn this space into an office? How do I make a musical tea kettle? How can I publish this video on YouTube? And then from that question, I'm going to do a quick sort of knowledge assessment. What do I know about the topic already? And if I don't know anything, we'll say we don't know anything. We'll do a little research, and then together, you as the viewer can join me, and we can kind of figure it out as we go, and then document the mistakes and see if it worked and see if it was worthwhile. And hopefully, when we're done, we'll learn something and we have something that we're proud of. Now, I'm not going to get into my background. I've found, I guess, from experience, the more you talk about yourself, the less people tend to listen. And so, kind of like I've done in real life, I will answer people's questions if they ask, like, oh, where'd you learn to do that? But I'm not going to really volunteer that information. I will say, though, that I feel qualified to consider myself an expert in troubleshooting. I've done troubleshooting in one form or another professionally. I've been on the clock to do it, let's put it that way, for the last at least 15 years. And so I figure that with the right attitude, with just a little bit of confidence to make you afraid or not afraid to fail, and troubleshooting skills, I feel like we could pretty much accomplish anything. And that's what this channel, I think, hopes to accomplish, is to show that you shouldn't be afraid of failure, and we're going to showcase that by probably failing quite a bit and seeing what it is that we can do to resolve that, if the failure was valuable because we learned something, and if we could do it again and do that sort of thing. And B, I really wanted to cultivate that sense of creativity in other people. So I'm really not doing this, well, let's put it this way. I'm not doing this for likes and subscriptions and views and to have this replace my job or anything. I'm really doing this for a selfish reason, which is that I'm giving myself a deadline. I want to document something and try to keep myself active and making things. Because like many people in the pandemic, I decided to kind of hole up and avoid life and avoid the world, and I became a consumer of content. I took a lot of content in, and I didn't create a whole lot, and I didn't like myself for how I was feeling, how I was sleeping, how I was eating. And I'm hoping that by doing videos and documenting and cultivating a positive community where we can encourage each other, that might be the extra oomph that I need to stay productive and not get bogged down in that way. And who knows, come along for the journey and we might learn something fun together, and it could be a worthwhile experience. So thank you for your time. Thanks for watching, and hopefully there'll be more videos to come, and we'll see what we can do with this space. Thanks. It's so cold up here. Oh, my nose is running and I can't feel my hands. I really need heat.